sultry sounds of the 80s going on behind you.
Yeah, it is. It's nice out here, huh? Well, welcome back, everybody. Having fun here with Athletic Director Yurachek. Very excited to be back in action. It was a tough year last year. You know, COVID-19, one of the best experiences when I was a player was playing in front of our fans. That wasn't a thing last year. It was very difficult. We're expecting some people to come out today.
We're expecting a great crowd, somewhere 55 to 60,000 people here at Razorback Stadium today. Last year, maybe 10 to 15,000 would have been here, and our team played so well for the majority of last season in Sam Pittman's first year. I know they're excited for the fans to be here. You can see by what's going on behind us already that our fans are excited about the season getting underway.
That was a sad time sometimes when I look back here and there's nothing there, but that has completely changed, you know, and you brought in a guy like Sam. Great hire, by the way. You know, good job on that one. Much props. And it's completely just switched this program around. Very excited about it. But you've been a busy man. A lot of it has to do with safety this year for fans and players with COVID-19. You've really been on top of that, and you expect to see some good stuff today.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we thought back in May we had put COVID in a rearview mirror as we opened up Bogle Park and Baumwalker Stadium to full capacity, but it has come back with a vengeance. And, you know, the difference between this year and last year is our fans have the option, the opportunity to be vaccinated. We're going to require masks in all of our indoor spaces and ask for our fans to comply with that and be cognizant of their fellow fans. And we have some fans that come here that are immune compromised and, you know, may have the vaccine but still have some health issues that they're concerned about. And so I don't think it's too much to ask to make sure we can have full capacity for everybody to wear a mask and be cognizant and respectful of decisions of our fellow fans.
Yeah, respectful is the main thing. You know, do you know what I mean? Stay in your lane and come out and enjoy the game. You said mask inside the stadium, but out in the stands, you feel to do what you need to do, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I think the CDC, the SEC Medical Task Force has said it is safe to be in an outdoor environment without mask. When you go into a restroom on the concourse, it might be a good idea to put your mask on for that 2 or 3 minutes, whatever that takes you. But when you enter the club spaces as well as the suite levels, we're going to ask you to wear your mask.
Yeah, now, I would say probably one of the only times anyone at Arkansas could care anything about LSU was about a couple weeks ago when they announced that they're going to require proof of vaccination or a negative test to show into a game. And that started to talk where other programs going to follow suit. Do you see that happening here at Arkansas?
I do not. I mean, we're following the lead of our university and our university's decision to require masks in all indoor spaces on campus, and so we're following what our university's lead on that. Louisiana has to make decisions in what's in the best interest of what they believe their state and the protocols that their state has in place.
Oh, that's awesome. Now, I talked to him about it a little earlier. This is a guy named Sam Pittman, all right? He's a little quirky. He's a good old man. He loves the jukebox and all that good stuff.
Does.
When it came to making the decision of bringing him home, I know a lot of it had to be with, like, you want people who want to be here.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? And since he's gotten here, how have you seen the culture of this program change, starting with the football players?
Sure. I think Sam Pittman is Sam Pittman. He's as real and genuine as they come, and our student athletes see that. The coaches he's hired have seen that. He believes in each and every one of our players, and our players believe in Sam Pittman and our staff. And that's the first step, is that belief, and that creates the culture that Sam Pittman has created, and that creates a culture where our guys play hard, they work hard, they play to the whistle, and you're going to see that effort on this field today, just like we've seen all through training camp this fall.
Yeah, and speaking of training camp that fall, it all starts in practice. I haven't had to get a chance to see a lot of practice. What have you seen different in practice? Because that's where it's all done. You know, it's just showtime here at the game.
Well, what I'll tell you, what I've seen in practice is a lot more depth on our team.
Awesome.
I mean, what we've done through the transfer portal, through our recruiting classes, guys staying healthy, and we have depth at positions that we've never had before, and that will allow us to run guys in, especially on the defensive line, in our secondary at wide receiver. On a hot day like today, that would be very important that we have fresh guys on the field, and we haven't had that in the past. And then there's a camaraderie amongst this group that I haven't seen from a football team in a long time. It reminds me of the Houston team back in 2014-15 when I was here that went to the Peach Bowl. A group of guys that just get along. I'm not saying we're going to the Peach Bowl this year, but it just has that same sense and that same feel. We have great senior leadership that lead by example. The younger guys are following. It's just fun to watch this group be together.
Now, I know we're short on time, but I really want to sneak this in. We got a pretty big, we're not supposed to do this, I get it, as players or coaches, not look ahead, but Texas coming to town next week.
It's going to be a huge game. We've got to take care of business today, but we believe later today or tomorrow we'll announce that game is sold out. We believe we'll be able to release some standing room only tickets. It will be an incredible atmosphere here next week in Texas, one of the newest members to the SEC. The first time they'll play an SEC opponent, them or Oklahoma. It's the 20th anniversary of 9/11. So many different kind of undertones for that game. But again, we've got to take care of business today, and when we do that, we focus in all of our attention to the Longhorns coming to Fayetteville.
Yeah, we got to have a strong and fast start. Speaking of fast start, you heard Sam Pittman saying he's working on that time coming out the A. All right, we're going to keep an eye on him. All right, I'm going to time it up. Thanks so much for being here.
It's my pleasure, DJ. Thank you for having me on.
Of course. We're about to go to break. When we come back, don't worry about it. We got